Believe it or not, it's up to you. But do you know about the Zashiki-warashi? It's a childlike spirit from Japanese folklore, known for its mischievous nature. It leaves small footprints on ashes or powdered lime, is said to spin the spinning wheel at night, and sometimes plays sounds similar to kagura music in the back room. There are also stories of hearing the rustling of paper or the sound of sniffling in the next room while someone is sewing alone, only to find no one there when opening the sliding door. At night, it might straddle a guest's futon or flip their pillows, attempting to keep them awake with its pranks, yet it's said to be too strong to restrain. Young children are believed to be able to see the Zashiki-warashi, and it might even play with them. First, before you forget, subscribe to the channel. The Zashiki-warashi is primarily known as a spirit from Iwate Prefecture, but it's also said to be a deity residing in the tatami room or storehouse. Today, we talk about the Zashiki-warashi. What exactly is it? What does it look like? Finally, I would like to share a story about a Zashiki-warashi that appeared in our home. The Zashiki-warashi is a spirit from the Tohoku region, especially around the Kitakami-basen in Iwate Prefecture. It resembles a child between the ages of 5 and 6, and although there are distinctions between male and female appearances, it is generally described as a cute little girl wearing a red kimono. The Zashiki-warashi is believed to bring happiness and prosperity to the household and reveals itself only to the family living in the home. Hence, a house visited by a Zashiki-warashi is considered to be a fortunate one. Let's talk about the characteristics of Zashiki-warashi. They are generally depicted as children between the ages of 5 and 6, often seen wearing red kimonos. There are instances where they appear as young as 3 or as old as 15. Their hair might be in a bob cut or a cropped style. Zashiki-warashi can be male or female, with boys typically wearing dark kimonos with checks or stripes, and girls in red hanten, short winter coats, kosode, small-sleeved kimonos, and sometimes even in formal furisode. Due to their indistinct appearances, their gender can sometimes be ambiguous. It's also common for a pair of them, a boy and a girl, to reside in a house. In terms of personality, perhaps because they are children, they are mischievous and affable. They generally bear goodwill towards the household's members and do not cause harm. They are also said to play joyfully with the children of the house. Since Zashiki-warashi are believed to bring happiness and prosperity to the home, families are initially surprised to see them, but begin to accept them as part of the household. Zashiki-warashi do not simply reside in any home. They appear only in specific houses or regions with which they have a strong connection. They are commonly found in old houses or areas with historical significance, preferring homes with a strong sense of family love and bonds. They often settle in the inner recesses of ancient, venerable houses with a long history and tradition. Conversely, it's said that Zashiki-warashi do not show themselves in newly wealthy homes. If you wish for a Zashiki-warashi to visit your home, consider trying the following methods. When constructing a new house, it is said to be effective to bury a gold ball or a wooden carved Zashiki-warashi doll under the floor. Preparing their favorite foods can also be effective. Try offering dishes made with azuki beans, such as azuki rice or sweets in the room. Placing toys, if not food, is also recommended. Zashiki-warashi are said to have a tendency to settle in comfortable homes. whether a home's fortune improves because a Zashiki-warashi has taken residence, or a Zashiki-warashi chooses to live there because the home is comfortable, is unclear. However, once a Zashiki-warashi settles in, wealth is said to be brought to the household. Yet, if the head of the household changes or the family members are not kind to the Zashiki-warashi, causing it to leave, the family's fortunes are said to decline. In Tono City, Iwate Prefecture, there is a tale of a Zashiki-warashi that left a house after being shot with an arrow, which was later followed by the family's decline. So, what exactly is a Zashiki-warashi? Why were such spirits or monsters born? It may be tied to a sad history. In the Tohoku region, it is said that many newborns were sacrificed as a way to reduce mouths to feed during times of famine. Furthermore, there was a custom of burying babies who were killed under the earth floor or in the kitchen. It is believed that these children became ghosts and appear in homes, startling people. In Japan, there are famous inns and popular spots where the presence of Zashiki-warashi can be felt up close. For those who not only await but wish to meet Zashiki-warashi to enhance their fortune, let's introduce a few. Ryokufusu in Nobi City, Iwate Prefecture, is a hot spring inn with sighting reports of a Zashiki-warashi called Kamamaro. The inn has legends related to Zashiki-warashi, and a shrine dedicated to Kamamaro can be seen in its courtyard. Shujuen, located in the Sarugakyo Onsen of Minakami Town, Gunma Prefecture, is an accommodation where various spots related to Zashiki-warashi can be found within the inn. There are also reports from guests who claim to have seen Zashiki-warashi. Zashiki-warashi Sanchi in Yamaguchi City, Yamaguchi Prefecture. There's an accommodation operating in a 400-year-old traditional house. It has received multiple reports of sightings and mysterious experiences related to Zashiki-warashi. It accommodates only one group per day and also offers day visits for worship. These locations offer a unique opportunity to those seeking to encounter the enchanting world of Zashiki-warashi, potentially bringing good fortune to their visitors.
Let's conclude with a story about a Zashiki-warashi that appeared in our home. It's been decades now, but I believe I was around 9 years old at the time, and my sister was about 6. It was around dinner time, past 6 p.m. That day, our parents had urgent matters to attend to and wouldn't be back until around 8 p.m., so we were left to look after ourselves. Dinner was prepared by our mother in advance, and I was in the kitchen warming up our portions. We had been watching a TV show about psychological phenomena, and I wondered if any scary scenes would come up when I was alone. Despite this, I left my sister in the living room while I secluded myself in the kitchen. Our house at the time had a dining room between the living room and the kitchen, so while I couldn't see my sister, I left the door open so I could hear her. After a while, she started screaming, seemingly calling for me. I wanted to watch TV while eating, but I said, "I'll be there soon," without going to check on her, wanting to finish preparing first. However, her fright seemed genuine, so I thought maybe a scary image was on TV. I stopped what I was doing to check on her. The program was introducing Zashiki-warashi, featuring a location known for its appearances. My sister was pointing at the TV, terrified, shouting, "Look!" The TV. But all I saw was a staircase on the screen, nothing frightening. I didn't understand why she was so scared and reassured her, "It's okay. I'll bring dinner soon," and went back to the kitchen. Despite her tears, she waited quietly. I remember that night, but never understood what she was talking about, until over 20 years later. Eventually, as we reminisced about old stories, my grown-up sister could finally explain, and what I heard made my blood run cold. Despite the commentator saying, "It doesn't appear," my sister saw a little girl sitting in the scene about the Zashiki-warashi. That's why she was so startled and called for me. To her, it was terrifying that the girl was there, yet the people on TV said, "She's not." Trying to confirm with me, but I also said, "There's only a staircase." She could still see the girl, which frightened her even more. Reflecting on her fear that night, I realized it was indeed abnormal, but I truly saw nothing. Could it be that small children can see Zashiki-warashi, but I was already unable to? This wasn't a story of a Zashiki-warashi in our home, but an experience that made me realize those who can see it through images do, those who can't, won't. If you visit Japan, try staying in an old, good inn or house. If you have a pure heart, you might meet one. And if you hear your child laughing joyfully when no one's supposed to be there, it's best not to dismiss or interrupt them lightly. On this channel, we introduce Japanese urban legends and ancient scary tales. Whether you believe them or not is up to you. We're planning an online tour of Japanese haunted spots in the summer of 2024. Why not subscribe and join us in real-time ghost hunting? Likes and comments are also appreciated. See you next time.
断捨離で1000円ゲット。最後に合計額。私はお部屋すぎて作りを拒否された。残念妻。今日は話題の買い取りアプリポレットやってみた。最後衝撃。アプリから申し込みしたら不用品入れる箱が届いて取りにも来てくれる。家中の不用品を集めて足床壁に渡すだけ。ストーブラック。なんで私2階で詰めたん？いってらっしゃい。あとは待つだけ。ポレットの不用品買い取り金額は衝撃。22,084円。喜んだのはつかの間。全部1円。これも1円。1円5円10円。5円と10円。多分1円50円。1円3円50円200円。21,907円。ほぼこれやん。辛い。海には向かう。これで断捨離収入金額はセカスト、オフハウス、キャリーオン、ポレット、メルカリ。合計は1年。まだまだ手放していきます。これに答えます。衝撃ともに週に。私はお部屋すぎて手作りを拒否された。残念妻。片付け全然できてなくてごめんなさい。久々のダブル発熱。ご飯作っても食べへん。レジにはマクド？マクド買ってみるか。めっちゃ食べるやん。何その笑顔。確実。何食べたい？オムライス。できたよ。オムライスいらん。何食べたい？餃子。できたで。もういらん。ピザかうどん好きか雑炊どれする？選択肢にないし。マクドに乾杯。もうやる気が起きない。もし2度目のマクド。人生初の週2マクド。やっぱりやばい？でもこんな経験ない？登園。今日から片付け再開。
私は田舎に嫁いだ農家の嫁。地獄への入り口。今回は玄関の床お掃除編。前回玄関の靴をすべて出したら土だらけ。ここで野菜でも育てるつもり？2つの最強グッズ召喚。その1、インスタでバズってた玄関タイルブラシ。ババーン。洗剤不要。水でこするだけで汚れが落ちる。めっちゃ綺麗。その2、高圧洗浄機。ババーン。まずはホースをつないで。ふしゃー。マジ最悪。引き戸のレールいきます。超気持ちいい。乾かしたらお掃除完了。お片付けダンジョン玄関クリア。靴だらけの玄関が輝きを取り戻した。続くお掃除グッズの詳細はフィード投稿へ。